Alright students, so here what we need to prepare before we continue painting. First a cup or a bottle or a bowl of water, and then the palette. And we are going to use the brush. However, here I prefer the nylon. It is made from Joico. It is very smooth and more pointy. But if you don't have this kind of brush, you can use the brush, the regular, which is a little bit rough, and yeah, it's Joico as well. For the detail, for the tiny object, we need to use the small brush as well. Here is the regular. I have this Joico made, and look at that. It's very useful for the edges of the object. And then I already prepared some color here. Bit red, yellow, and a lot of blue. They are primary colors. You can mix them to create secondary, tertiary, or whatever colors for lettering. And make sure your media is using A5 paper. And be certain that your leaf sketch has finished. So first step in painting, I'm going to go with blue. Anyway, you can add some for black or white color as well. Okay, let's wet our brush before use, just to make the brush pointy and more adjustable. When you stroke the brush, make sure it is following the shape of the leaf, so it will keep curving like this. Oh, anyway, be careful with the edges of the leaf. You upper grade, come on. You're supposed to own a better fine motor skill than lower grade. Let's forward faster. Fill the background space completely whole. Leave no white gaps, okay? And once the first color is done, let's wait. Look at the stroke that I did. Anyway, don't use water as additional. Just use water to wet your brush. Okay, once the first color is done, we will give another color which is darker, so just to give a drama in the colors. Remember, the color should not be only contrast in color but also contrast in value or brightness. In here, I mix blue and red to create dark purple. The brush stroke still following the curvy path, okay? So let's go. Here, a squeak stroke of brush. Like that. Just don't literally make a line, more make like a flame. Wow, look at that. Now the blue color is more dramatic. Okay, it's very wet now. Let me clean the brush. Let's wait. But I can't wait any longer for this. So here I got an awesome tool which I planned for electronic surfaces. Let's use this Qigong heat tool. Oh, on the box we can see it is used for painting or art stuff. It's actually like hair dryer. You see here as hot air gun, and it is 300 watts, which is gonna be pretty hot So I need to be very careful in using this. But I found this as the best alternative for that expensive hairdryer. Unlike hairdryer, this thing doesn't cost more than 100,000. Let's read the instruction first. Okay, a fire may result if the appliance is not used with care. Therefore, do not use in the presence of explosive atmosphere. Okay, so don't use this one near your stove. Yeah, so here is the heat gun. And wow, it's pretty large. Half of my forearm. Okay. As you can see from the painting, here is very wet, and we're going to use this one. Anyway, do not use more than 10 minutes continuously to prevent overheating. Keep 5 or 6 centimeter distance between the heat tool and item. I like this instruction, so that's why I don't be lazy to read it. It's very useful. And if you want to hit it, don't hit too close like this. However, just like the manual book says, it is 5 or 6. It's almost reach 3 fingers on mine. So let's say it's a palm distance. If it's too close, it will burn your paper. Okay, let's try the wet painting. Oh, look at that. As you can see, the painting or the pale color, that indicates that the paint is dry. And it's pretty quick. Wow. I think this tool is very useful. wait. Wow, the paper. Oh, look at the paper. It becomes into funny shape, like a roll. Okay, while holding this, okay, let's heat. Oh, anyway, while holding this heat gun, the black handle is not hot but cold, while the red plastic is quite warm. I like the color, which able to express that the color red is chilly hot and dangerous. Never dare to touch the metal thing here. Ouch! Ouch! It's very hot. Anyway, look at this trick I learned from ironing a cash. See that? I press curved paper and then heat it. Now the paper becomes more flattened. Wow, I'm loving this heat gun, low cost and very useful. It can even dry our painting very fast. Anyway, now let's continue with the leaves. Since we have done with the background, the contrast of the blue is yellow or orange. So we're going to give the yellow first as the leaf color base. Be careful. Make sure that it won't spoil the background. Okay, now let's mix some orange. We have learned about shadow, highlight, mid-tone, and then the core shadow. Here I'm going to mix a lot of yellow and a tip of red. And look at that, it's orange now. We give from the back into the middle of the leaf. Anyway, if you want to blend the orange blend with the yellow, just give water at the top of the orange so it will blend smoothly like that. We have been practiced this one in chromatic. Okay, once it is, be careful, yeah, your water might absorb the painting and will make the paint become peeled, and you see that the white. Now I'm going to use the blue to create a darker orange, which is called as this is not chocolate, but okay, let's use this one. Actually I want to produce brown, but let's start with this one. Oh no, the color is spilled. Okay, let's try first. Oh, I love this though. It's very useful. But wait. Oh, look at that. Because we hit it too fast, the consequence that I got is the painting is cracked. I think we need to use the natural heat. But it's fine. We can use water to fix it, since the painting is water based. Fix it. Look at here, we use water and then we scrap it, brush it, so now the crack get more or less. Okay, let's create darker brown. So this green, the army, I will use red to create darker brown here. Look at that, the color, which it's more emphasizing. Don't forget to give the water to mix or to blend the color properly. Here now for the bone, we are going to make it darker brown. I have some yellow, so I'm going to make an orange and then the blue, of course. I think I'm supposed to wait it to dry, but I can't wait. Let's go with the bone. This brush is not that pointy. Okay lah. Try to make an experiment to produce a perfect color that match with your drawing. Here is already darker. Wait, this brush can't reach the detail. It's very dull, so pointy. I think it's because of too much paint absorbed into the brush. So I'm going to use the nylon one because it's more pointy. And anyway, you need to practice to hold your brush so it will use the pointy tip only. Or you can clean the brush with water and then dry it to make sure that the brush doesn't contain a lot of paint, which the paint itself will make the brush become dull or not sharp. Here the bone is only 2, which makes me easier. Then I'm going to dry it again, which make easier to paint it. Now I'm adding some yellow to fix some of the white color here. I'm adding more yellow and then add more yellow here. Yeah, I like this leaf. Now that we are done, you see that now the orange is more highlighted than the background because the background supports the highlight. Okay, so that's the video tutorial for today. I wish you good luck for this project. God bless you.